Just a while back, we got the 4-hour-long cut of Zack Snyder's Justice League. It was awesome because of its long runtime. Every character got extra room to breathe, and the build-up towards the finale was immense. Now if this film were to come out in theaters, it wouldn't have been allowed to be more than 3 hours long. But since it came out on a streamer, Snyder got to give us the film that he wanted. Similarly, now that the MCU movies are on streamers as well, wouldn't it be nice if we got a few extended cuts of those films? I mean, with the kind of scenes that were deleted from the first Avengers, I'd love an extended cut of that film for sure. Marvel's The Avengers had a bit of a risk involved when it came out, but it was still 144 minutes long. The risk paid off as the film ended up making $1.5 billion worldwide. But we also understand why they couldn't have gone for a longer runtime for their first big team-up film. Although an extended release was quite plausible later on, but it didn't happen. I'm going to show a few deleted scenes which might make you want an extended cut of the film. But before I continue, it'd be nice if you guys could hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon. Okay, let's get to it. First up we have The Life of Steve Rogers.
As for her number, you moron.
The first time we saw Steve in The Avengers, it was at the gym where he was working out.
You won't be alone.
Oh my god. This guy's still alive.
But there's a whole montage where we would have got to see how he was coping with the new life he had woken up to.
You gonna be okay?
Yeah, just... I had a date.
First, he saw a documentary featuring Captain America from the 40s. Then he looked at a bunch of S.H.I.E.L.D. files and found the phone number of Peggy Carter. He thought of making a call but didn't do it. Then he learned about Howard's fate and how Tony took over his father's legacy.
You missed me. I missed you too. Blow something up.
The scene continues as he takes a walk, finds a seat at the local diner, and sketches the Stark Tower.
Iron Man. A lot of people eat here just to see him fly by.
Right.
A waitress comes and speaks to him right before Stan Lee makes a cameo.
As for her number, you moron.
Then Steve takes the train and goes on to join the gym. His scenes from the theatrical cut actually begin after this entire montage. It's understandable that it was cut to fix the pacing of the film. But right now, people love the Avengers so much that they would even watch them going grocery shopping. So in an extended cut, we would love to see the life of Steve Rogers before he officially became an Avenger in 2012. Loki and the Other, extended.
I will lead them in a glorious battle.
Loki and the Other speak quite often in the original cut of the film, but there is this extended scene where Loki talks to the Other. He tells him about how he would rule Earth after conquering it by leading the Chitauri army. We also get a better hint at how Thanos presented Loki with the scepter along with a bit of ancient knowledge.
He who put the scepter in your hand, who gave you ancient knowledge and new purpose when you were cast out.
Besides that, the Other even mentioned that Thanos planned to invade other worlds using the Tesseract. Hawkeye, the mastermind.
You're gonna have to contend with him, sir. As long as he's in the air, I can't pin him down.
Right before Loki and Hawkeye led an attack in Germany, there's an extended scene of how Hawkeye ran things under Loki's command. We got a little info on how the scepter worked differently on other people.
It touches everyone differently.
Then we saw how Clint helped Loki and the other brainwashed agents to set up their base at a facility coated with 3 levels of lead-lined flooring. It was all done to effectively hide from S.H.I.E.L.D. He then told Loki about Fury's plan of assembling the team of Avengers. He was also the one to suggest the idea for Loki to get caught and be taken prisoner by S.H.I.E.L.D. We didn't get a lot of Hawkeye in the film compared to the other heroes, so seeing how he came in handy for Loki due to his intellect and espionage tactics would have been quite nice, don't you think? Fury speaks to the Council.
The Council's interest in our work has always been about results, not procedure.
After Loki brainwashed a bunch of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents and took the Tesseract, Nick Fury spoke to the World Council in a deleted scene. He reported what happened, and because Barton didn't take a direct headshot to kill him, he sided with the Archer.
A man whose talent appears to be...
Killing. But he didn't kill me. He didn't take the headshot. He's been brainwashed, but I won't write him off.
This scene would have shown that Fury still had hope for Barton. Tensions between Hill and Fury.
Did you tell the council that Barton had been compromised?
Was that not procedure?
Agent Hill was asked to present a similar report on what happened when Loki took the Tesseract. Her scene took place behind the scenes, but in her report, she mentioned that Agent Barton was compromised.
Do you copy?
She had her doubts about Fury's leadership because of what he was trying to do with the Avengers.
They needed the push.
So in a deleted scene, she asked Fury whether he had informed the World Council about adding the Hulk to his response team. There's a clear sense of tension between Fury and Hill here. It would have been nice to have this scene, because it would have felt quite meaningful when Hill later decided to put her complete faith in Fury. Upon seeing what Fury's hope did, her faith in him became unbreakable. The initial tension between them being overcome tells us why Hill blindly followed Fury everywhere throughout the Infinity Saga. Banner gets the bike. Jumping out of the helicarrier, the Hulk landed somewhere in New Jersey. We saw how he crashed and got some clothes from an old security guard. But in their extended scene, we would have seen how Banner must have gotten the motorcycle to reach Manhattan. Most of us thought that he probably stole the bike to reach the battle area, but apparently, it belonged to the security guard. He gave it to Bruce because he had faith in him. The distance between New Jersey and Manhattan is about 2 hours, so this scene also tells us why Bruce showed up so late in the fight. That's why this talk between Banner and the guard shouldn't have been shortened, in my opinion. Captain America saves a family.
Get underground.
Yes, sir.
Removing or altering the slower scenes to help the pacing is understandable. But please don't take away the battle sequences, man. That's one of the main reasons we watch these films. I get that editing is a tough job, so even the battle sequences get cut out if they don't fit perfectly. The final battle of the Avengers was pretty long, but it could have been even longer. One of the deleted scenes showed us a family trying to drive away from the Chitauri aliens, but they would have been attacked by the aliens and Cap would have stepped in to save them. Well, Whedon couldn't add this scene to the Avengers. But somehow, he added an entire Russian family subplot in Justice League. This subplot seems to be inspired by this deleted scene from the Avengers. It's just crazy how much of the Avengers was brought into Justice League. But anyway, let's move on. The Avengers Extended Battle. As I've stated, it really hurts to find these deleted scenes which could have been added into the movie. In this particular scene, Thor tries to close the portal after battling Loki on the Stark Tower. He would have suffered a major blowback. I guess this sequence was deleted because we had already seen Tony trying to close the portal with his energy blast upon the Tesseract barrier. But adding this scene would have made sense. It would have explained Thor's sentiment when he lands amongst Cap, Nat, and Clint. Right before Thor's arrival, the scene also had more of Hawkeye and Nat fighting off against the Chitauri soldiers. Their battle seems more intense here, and Hawkeye would have taken some serious beating while fighting back. This extended scene would have probably grounded the Avengers by showing their endurance during the battle. So it's sad that these extra punches and kicks were cut out. Cap saves the blonde waitress. After Cap fought the Chitauri soldiers in front of the police, he would have handed one of the Chitauri guns to a cop. The cop would have used it upon the invaders. And then, he would have died while trying to save the blonde waitress we saw earlier in the deleted montage. The waitress would have been captured by the Chitauri and taken hostage in a bank along with plenty of other civilians. And Cap was supposed to save her along with the others. After the extended battle, the waitress would have recognized Steve from the diner, and her statement at the end of the film would have felt more meaningful.
America saved my life. Wherever he is, and wherever any of them are, I would want to say thank you.
But apparently, the whole waitress subplot was deleted from the film to save screen time for other aspects of the story.
Director Fury, the Council has...
Agent Hill's report.
Somebody has to answer for that.
A lot of people have to answer for that.
Nick Fury.
That man.
It seems that the Avengers would have started with Agent Hill reporting the Avengers battle to the World Council. It would have set the tone for the Avengers to fail.
God. That's all there was, a series of astonishing mistakes. And the worst of all,
Then, the scene would have ended midway, and the whole Loki stealing the Tesseract segment would have begun. After the final battle, the movie would have ended with the rest of Maria Hill's report. Here, the tone would have shifted as she would have shown faith in Fury's decisions.
If you're thinking about coming after Nick Fury, ever,
think really, really hard.
She would have scorned the World Council's decision to launch a nuclear airstrike upon Manhattan.
You morons tried to nuke New York? Well, that's on the record. As in, we recorded it. We do that. For S.H.I.E.L.D.
And while her voiceover ran, the Avengers would have been bidding farewell to each other.
We came together, and they saved us. And it's infuriating.
It would have been nice to see this ending since Maria Hill doesn't really get a lot of screen time. But it was changed as the Avengers ended with Nick Fury's report to the World Council. And instead, Joss Whedon actually used this aspect of the ending in Justice League, where the film ended with Lois Lane's epilogue about heroes. So would you like an extended cut to the Avengers with these added deleted scenes?
No. Yes.
Let us know in the comments. Also, I'd request you to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. That's all for now. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!